has been hit there. Since we're live there.
Do I refresh this or just let it?
Sure, cute. Yeah, you can refresh it. Mr. Jim Stute.
Popped on to say howdy, and later DW Low said howdy, Pulpsters.
Hey, there's a DW on there. DW. All right.
Good enough.
Good enough is good enough. Good enough. And there's a Neil Morgan. Yay, Neil Morgan. Let's see. Should I show them some of the stuff? The secret things, since they are on here early than everybody else.
Well, but other people that watch later,
they won't watch this part. So these are the abominations that we're gonna do. Look at those. You guys have seen those, maybe at least the cartoons of them, the drawings of them in the characters book. Here is Sharnock the Undying.
Ooh.
Sharnock the Undying. So he's going to have a hand there that you can replace with whatever accoutrement that you want. So you'll have that available to. Oh, let's see. I can get it to focus.
It did for a second. And then you meandered.
There. And then this is the Serpent Priestess here. She is lovely. We have, this will be the Dune Stalker, the Jungle Stalker, that sort of thing. So
Danger
giant.
Noodle.
Yep. We have the Bride, never before seen. She is super freaking awesome.
Look at those cheeks.
And then we're going to do some new tentacles because I use tentacles in a lot of scenarios and I just want to have tentacles available. So sneak peek at things that no one else will ever know about until we actually get a little bit further along. So how's about them apples? How's about them apples? Shh, don't tell anybody. It's a secret. Don't tell anybody. Tucson Red Mist is in the house. Gregory. Tucson, Arizona. We have Sean Hudson over there in El Paso, Texas. We got DW Low in New Mexico. You all had to come up here to Oklahoma and have a little convention with me. We'll sit around. We got Utah in the house. Ain't no reason why y'all couldn't come on over this way a little bit. E.S. Taylor could swing on by. Hello from South Canada. Very, very cool. I don't have my glasses. Where am I? I got glasses somewhere.
Yeah, they're better your keyboard.
So we got some fun stuff to talk about, and I'm really glad that you guys are on here because I'm going to ask for your help a little bit, Mac Daddy. I still owe you a letter. Do I owe you something else, Mac Daddy? I found something recently that looked like it was supposed to have been sent to you. Did you get your? Did you ever get? Do I owe you an Amish war disc? Did I forget to send you one, or did I set an extra one aside? I don't know. I think I sent it to you, but maybe I didn't. Oh well. Trying to get set up for the Sunday horror game, live game coming this Sunday. Okay, good. Live game coming this Sunday. Very cool. So, the Thursday morning video that I did, yeah, it's time. I guess I should do an official start. Good evening, everyone. This is Dave here at Pulp Alley. And I am with this evening the world's most dangerous Bessy.
Hello. And good evening.
So, lots of fun stuff to talk to you about. So, a quick Kickstarter update, and then I'm going to ask for some help. I could really use some help. I could use lots and lots of help. So I'm gonna solicit for help. And then, did you guys see the cool little toys that I had laid out over there? Awesome, awesome. Some sneak previews. If you logged, what is this? If you logged in and joined late, you might want to go back and watch the beginning of this video because we did a sneak preview of some upcoming miniatures that are just around the corner. Um, so, I guess the quick update for the Kickstarter is that Bob Merch is on board with being our Canadian hub for our next Kickstarter. So
That's nice.
it'll probably actually be Lee at Crucible Crush that will actually be the hub because Bob said that that Crucible Crush is better located in Canada. I don't know what that means, but it's cheaper for him to ship to people from wherever he's located than wherever Bob is located. So probably Lee at Crucible Crush will be the Canadian point of contact. So we will actually ship all of that stuff for the Canadian backers to Lee, and then he'll divvy it up into boxes and ship it to you guys individually. And hopefully that will save on some shipping and so on and so forth. And then we have a confirmation from Chris Abbey at Sally Forth in the UK that he is going to be the hub for the UK and the EU. So we'll ship everything to him. He'll split it up and send it out. Manny Marino is on here. Robert Reynolds, Mac Daddy is on here. E.S. Taylor. Very, very cool. Thank you guys so much for jumping on here tonight. There's like weird stuff going on with YouTube, isn't it? That doesn't look the same. 12 watching now. Started stream. Is that like new stuff?
Yes, that is new
And
information.
those two blue buttons up there. Those
Analytics,
look new.
edit video.
Yeah, I don't remember those.
Don't pay attention. Don't click it.
What?
Don't click anything.
I want to
Don't
click
click
it. I'm gonna click it. Oh, I clicked it. You got clicked.
And that's how the world will explode. I had to click the button.
I had to click it. So I'm going to solicit for some help now on several different fronts. One is, would you like to be involved with trying to update one of our existing books to second edition? If you've ever wanted to be involved in a project like that, this would be a good time to get involved with it. My bandwidth has really kind of narrowed right now, and I simply don't have as much time as I used to have. So I could use all the help I could get. So if there's somebody out there would like to take on the idea of updating our Guns, Gadgets, and Vehicles book to second edition, maybe make up some new assets and yada yada yada, that's a project that someone could take on. If somebody out there would like to update the Lost World of Lemuria book, that's a project that somebody could take on. So, and along with updating these things, you also have the opportunity to work to improve them and make them even better. And I believe that there is room for that in there. So that's something else to think about. Beyond that, I would also like to encourage you all, if there's anybody out there that would like to do their own campaign book, if you are interested in doing a campaign book for something else, if you'd like to do a Wild West setting, if you'd like to do a cyberpunk setting, if you'd like to do a retro sci-fi or whatever, if I would really encourage you not to ask me what I want. This sort of thing doesn't have enough payoff to do something that somebody else likes. If if you want to do something, then I would really encourage you to do something that you feel strongly and passionately about,
Yeah.
because you're not going to get paid an enormous sum of money anyway, so you might as well be doing something that you really enjoy. So, if you would like to do something from scratch, we'd love to hear from you. We'd love to see what you want to put together. It is kind of one of those things where you kind of have to just do it a little bit on your own. I want to do a campaign book. Good, good, Mr. Lowe. Now, you're saying in addition to the Perilous Island book that you're currently working on, because Mr. D.W. Lowe is currently working on updating our Perilous Island book. So, Dave, we'll think about it, and let me know what sort of project you want to do. It's not a good idea that I would have to be like the choke point or anything for these projects. Instead, the reason I'm asking for help is because I have very little time to try and deal with some of this stuff. So it would be far better, more better, more betterer, more betterest if, right, uh, if you just kind of took the initiative and said, here's what we're going to do. You got to use one of our existing scenario or campaign books as your blueprint to follow, and it'll get you there. We've kind of created a template there, especially if you go back and look at something like, oh, Lost World of Lemuria was the last one that we did,
Hmm.
and kind of follow up on that and kind of expand on that sort of format where you have a setting and you may have some setting rules for it, and then you can kind of go into what is this campaign about, and then you can start laying out your scenarios, and you're going to want to have a good number of scenarios in there, around 12 or so. So that's normally, if somebody comes to us and says, we'd like to do a book or something, I normally start off by saying, start with a scenario, because that's what you kind of, if you that's kind of your crucible right there. Is, if you can do a scenario, then you can do two scenarios, soon you can do 12. So afternoon or good evening quest wise. So yeah, if you would like to take on the role of creating a book for Pulp Alley, we'd love to work with you on it, and help see it published. I know a lot of folks want to do that sort of thing, and it's a real challenge. It is
Hmm.
it's not nearly as easy as you think it is. It's we're working on now. Bride of the Serpent is the book that we're working on, which is our follow-up to Tomb of the Serpent. And they're always, a very long, challenging process to put together. So if somebody out there would like to write a book, we encourage you to contact us, and uh, get something going. Also painting. If anybody out there feels like they're a super duper painter and would like to paint some miniatures for us to use, mainly probably on our Sunday
Hmm.
games, or just for photos and things like that as well. But oftentimes, I'm not able to do as many settings as I would like, because I simply don't have as much time as I would like to be able to paint some new miniatures, and so on and so forth. So if somebody out there would like to, take on a painting job for us, that would be a big help as well. And again, you're not going to just do it out of the goodness of your heart. We'll get you something, maybe like a McDonald's gift certificate, right? Do we still have any of those? I think she already used all those.
I have a couple Abuelo gift
So
cards
she
I
laughs
can
at
use.
me because I fill out the coupon information when they give me a receipt at McDonald's. Who else does that, huh? You do the little survey thing so you can get your free quarter pounder. She
You
she
cheat the system.
I do cheat the system. That is true. Sunday is going to be a horror game. So if you missed anything from this video, if you tuned in late, this is one that you probably want to go back and watch because I'd be willing to do a little painting for you as well. Well, that's cool. Um, uh, Top chat. I wonder if we should switch that to all chat. I wonder if we're missing some comments. Live chat, all messages are visible. I'm late. Sean Peck. Sean Peck. Okay, well, the big topics for tonight were I showed off some newly released miniatures, so that's at the beginning of the video. I talked a little bit about the Sunday horror game. I have a campaign that I'm writing for Gen Con event 2023. See, that would be fun. If there's somebody out there that would like to do some writing for Pulp Alley, we would love to see it. We would love for you to let us use it to as a campaign book, and you would be paid not a lot but something. If we could put something of yours into print, right.
You just collect McDonald's.
We're
things
collecting
and then mail
McDonald's
them.
gift certificates, right? McDonald's coupons. Here's a free quarter
There you
pounder
go.
for
There's
you.
yours.
Make sure you use it within 30 days because they check those codes. Um, So we're looking for writers. If there's somebody out there that wants to do an update of one of our existing books, because um, books like Lost World of Lemuria still needs to be updated to second edition.
Perilous
Uh,
Island?
DW
no.
Low is working on Perilous
Guns,
Island.
Gadgets.
Guns, Gadgets, and Vehicles needs to be updated to second edition. So those are a couple books that could be updated, which is relatively easy, but it also gives you an opportunity to add in new stuff as well. So if you'd like to update the Guns, Gadgets, and Vehicles book at the same time, it gives you an opportunity to say, hey, here's some new gadgets that we could add in too. And that's something I really would like to have as well. And then I'm about 9 years from retirement. I'll get started on a campaign then. No problem. I'll still be asking in 9 years, Marty. Marty, I apologize. I did not get you your stuff sent to you, so that gives me a good opportunity to remind everybody out there. We love trying to help you if you're going to go to a convention and run something. So if y'all are going to a convention and you're going to run Pulp Alley, let us know so we could try and get you some stuff sent. I hope it's not too late, Marty. Am I too late? Can I still get it sent to you? I don't remember when you needed it by. Was it by retirement? Do I still have 9 years to send it to you?
And if people do want to do things, do they email you
Mm-hmm.
or just Facebook message?
Yeah.
Or...
However, yep. Game is next week. Okay. Well, I'll try and get it. I'll get it 2-day priority sent to you. Some stuff. Then make sure you get it on time. I have the note written down, so you're at the top of my list actually. So if you're gonna run something, let us know and we'll try and send you some goodies if we have something that we can send to you, either posters or quick start guides or stickers or Amish discs.
No, you
or
can't. You can't.
We're not allowed to send those anymore.
I don't think you're allowed to take those into convention centers.
Oh, that's true.
Weaponry.
I think you can as long as it has like yellow tape around the edge
to
make it safe.
Okay.
Yeah. So check your local convention rules about whether or not you could take the Amish discs into the convention center, because I don't want anybody to get arrested out there. So safe gaming, people. Safe gaming. That's the end of my list. Did we go really, really fast tonight?
It's 8:20. That's not
8:20? Is it 8:20?
It's 8:19.
It's 8:16. Lady, she's
Why
rounding
do you have
up.
18 clocks? I never know the time.
Keep them guessing. Keep them guessing. So, yep, those are great. Very excited. So Red Mist, I think, is running a big pirate game, and hopefully he got a big stack of stuff. Let's see it. Let's see. I'll do it for some of those cool hats, quest-wise. Yes, I did. Okay, very cool. Very cool, Greg. I'm glad you got your stuff. Yeah, I'm excited. I would have loved to have got down there. It's just a really, really bad time. I'd have had to probably take the kids with me. um, so there's just crazy times here at Casa Paul Valley right now, beyond normal. So we're kind of dealing with a little extra stuff that we got to take care of. So, but man, I would have loved to got down there to that game. I actually did a Google Maps search to see how close you were to see if I could sneak down there, but it was a little too far of a drive. Um, for me to realistically be able to sneak down there and get back here before Bessy noticed. She keeps pretty close tabs on me, especially if I try to leave the state. Then,
Yeah, that
then,
would.
then
The
then
alarm would sound.
the authorities have to get involved if I
And don't think we would track you
try to get
down.
out of the state. Okay, very cool. So, if you would like to write something for Pulp Valley, we encourage you to do it. We would love for more people to be involved in this. And so, write something that you feel passionate and excited about.
Yeah, definitely.
You can start off by updating one of our existing books or take on a brand new campaign challenge. We'd love to have a Western supplement. We'd love to have a fantasy supplement. We'd love to have a retro sci-fi supplement, a Cthulhu supplement, a historical black powder supplement. So there's so much. Pulp Alley is so flexible that it crosses into so much territory that the possibilities are almost endless. There's just like so much that you could do. Do you have a template? Yes, Michael. I would really encourage you to look at one of our existing campaign books and use that as your template. I would say a campaign book like Lost World of Lemuria would be a good kind of starting point to go, this is how it could be put together. You can also base it off of, yes, on Mars, aka John Carter. We had always planned, and if you've been watching our Sunday games, you probably know that we had always planned a campaign for Venus. So our we weren't going to do Mars, but we were going to do Venus. But that doesn't mean that you couldn't do a Mars campaign if you felt strongly about it being Mars. But it could just as easily be Venus too. So we had a whole background kind of written
Mhm.
up about that, as far as like how Venus was discovered and who the first person was that went to Venus and how they got back and all that sort of stuff. It's a pretty colorful story, which was a lot of fun back when Mila and I were just kind of starting off. And our to-do list back then was just kept growing. We wanted to do a pulp samurai book, with feudal Japanese would have been fun. Been working on a Sunken Lands campaign idea. Conan, Fafford Grey Mouser, very cool, very cool. Yep, yep, that's all good stuff. Yeah, a nice fun fantasy setting would be a ball. Another thing, airships on Venus. Yeah, Perkysaurus. You guys are super mega awesome. Well, thank you, Perkysaurus. You too. Pulp Samurai. Oh yeah, yeah. That was always, those old Toshiro Mifune movies. Those really affected the way that Pulp Alley was designed. Watching those samurai fights and the way that the hero oftentimes is not the active character. To put it into Pulp Alley terms, you oftentimes, the hero stands his ground, and you have those bandits or whoever, the goons, coming in on him, and they strike him down, right? As they're coming in, and that was a big part of the reason why we designed Pulp Alley the way it works, is because I'd always wanted it to be a samurai movie as well, or a samurai game, because that was like part of the reason it was designed that way. Anyway, so write something for us. We'd love to see y'all write some stuff. You got me thinking about a full Western campaign. Wild West. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And the weirdness factor is really up to you guys as well. It's always it's do you take it as far as like a wild west, with strange gadgets and things like that. I'd always planned a Western campaign for Arizona called Apache Alley. But, like everything else, that kind of didn't go very far. We played a very few games in it just for fun, but never really developed into a full campaign idea. A spaghetti western would be great. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. That's a lot of fun. And westerns really had a big influence on Pulp Alley too. When we started off designing Pulp Alley, we actually used Western miniatures. That's how we just started off playing Pulp Alley, is with because I didn't actually have any pulp figures. I didn't have any 1930s era figures. All I had was Western figures. So that's what we started off when we were designing for Pulp Alley. And to me, Westerns are always part of pulp. That was a big segment of the pulp magazines were the Westerns. That's not a to me, pulp and westerns are almost synonymous because that's just the way they worked. All right, boys and girls, thank you so much. I hope you all are excited. I am. I'd love to have some help. I'd love to have some collaborators. Some collaborators. Become a collaborator. Huge collection of Western buildings and minis. Very cool. Very cool. Yep. And I guess that's it.
I think so.
Okay. Boys and girls, we really,
Oh,
really
I remember
do it.
something.
Oh.
If they want to play Sunday games.
Oh, if you want to play with us on a Sunday, you got to let me know. You got to reach out to me. Send me the early Westerns were clearly done in pulp format. Yep. Yeah, absolutely. And then they were a big part. The westerns were a big part of the serials too. A big segment of the serials were westerns. That just crossed over immediately. And then the same thing with the pulp magazines. A big segment of those, probably equal to things like the high adventure, as far as like your Doc Savage and Spider and Shadow and things like that, your vigilantes and things like that. That was a segment. And then you had your westerns, and there was tons of westerns out there too. It was big. I'm excited to see what comes. All right, buddy. And then also remember, if you'd like to do any painting for us, we could use your help getting some stuff painted up. I got new miniatures arriving daily, and I can't get any work out of Bessy. I tell you what, I can't even get her to sit down and paint me up a little goblin.
You want me to paint it with my saliva?
Good night, everybody. Thank you for playing along. We'll see you soon. Bye, everybody.
You're such a goober.
I'll click the button.
Click it. Fast. Quick.
What's the
hurry.
Bluey song?
Da 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 da
Da da da da da da da da da da. Da 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 da.